Okay, today we're going to be cleaning up after the big blizzard we had. You can see all kinds of branches here underneath the trees. These branches, those are in the woods. I don't care. But I did have a bunch of them all over the lawn, so I chopped them all up and I piled them up into piles like this here, as you see. I also had an old pine tree that snapped. The top half of it snapped off. There's about a 20-foot piece here that landed right on top of my deer fencing and crushed the deer fencing down. So we're going to remove this off the deer fencing and replace the fencing so the deer don't get in, obviously. All those piles you see are branches that fell from this pine tree right here. And this is the top. This is the old pine tree that was dead that the top snapped off. Probably about a 25-foot piece, 20-foot piece. Unfortunately, like I said, it landed right on top of my deer fence and crushed it. So we'll have to cut that piece out and get it off the fence and then replace that section of the fence, fix that T-post that's bent. I like to use a pitchfork. I get my lawn tractor and I have a little trailer that I attach to it. I like to use a pitchfork to pick up the piles. I don't like grabbing it by hand because it's pine. So you end up getting sap all over your clothes, all over your hands. So I try and keep my hands away from it. I just use a pitchfork. Throw everything into the trailer, as much as I can take at a time. Then I have a low spot on my property in the backyard that's basically a big hole. And I just throw everything in there and fill that up. All the lawn debris, clippings, leaves, sticks, twigs, this stuff all goes inside there. Fills that hole up and it just basically degrades over time. As you can see, the lawn's taking a beating this winter. We had the biggest snowfall we've ever had around here, about 38 inches at a time. And we had multiple other storms where we had 10, 12, 15, 17 inches at a time. So we had at one time probably over 4 feet of snow here. I do have some snow mold on my lawn this year. No big deal. I will be fixing the lawn. Once I get it all cleaned up, I'll be showing you how to fix it and get this lawn green. Nice and green and thick, and we're going to start striping it soon. This is the first process. Obviously, you got to get all the debris off of it, got to clean the lawn up. My as you can see, my property is surrounded by big pine trees, so it's pretty messy. This side I've already started cleaning up. It looks a little bit better here. So yeah, so I bring all the stuff around the back, and I have a low spot here. Go to the left there, a low spot here to drop down about 5, 6 feet. All the lawn stuff. Anything I clean up that I can't burn. If I can burn it, I'll burn it outside. And if I have a 55-gallon drum, I can throw it in there and burn it in there. I can also burn it. I have an outdoor fire pit. But stuff like this, I don't like to burn this stuff. It just makes a mess. Doesn't burn very long and it makes a big mess. It's not worth it. I just dump it in a pile, let it decompose by itself. If you like this type of content and you want me to keep going and make some more, um, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it would help me out quite a bit. Like and subscribe to the video, please. That would help my channel out. Like I said, real soon, coming real soon, we're gonna start working on the lawn. We're gonna get the lawn all cleaned up nice, so we can start mowing it, putting some stripes in it, making it look nice. Right now, it's pretty bad, but that's pretty much normal for this time of the year. No big deal. Lawn's still in great shape. It just doesn't look great right now. As you can see, I've cleaned up all the piles. So now I'm just going to take the piles of brush. So now I'm going to just take the branches, the actual branches that are left from what I cut off of them, and I'm going to chop them up into pieces. This stuff here I will burn next year. I'll burn it. I'll use it for starting fires in the house. Once it's dried up, cut up, stacked up, dried up, it's fine. Fine for burning. You can burn pine. There's nothing wrong with burning pine. It just burns very quickly. You just, like any wood, you have to make sure it's dry and seasoned and dried up. Doesn't matter what species it is, you can burn it. Pine, unfortunately, does burn very quickly, so it's not the best thing to burn. But it's not harmful to the chimney or the flue pipes like most people might think. It's no harmful than any other wood. As long as it's dry and it's been out at least a year. 2 years is ideal for seasoning cordwood, in my opinion. 1 year is okay. I wouldn't burn anything that's less than a year. That's been cut and split and stacked less than 1 year. I'd wait at least 1 year. That's better. 2 years I think is ideal. So I made this little sawhorse years ago. It's just 4 2x4s, 4 scrap pieces of 2x4 screwed on an X, and then 2 pieces of scrap plywood, and I just screw the plywood to the 2 X's and make a little sawhorse. If you're doing this, just be careful. Don't jam the saw. Make sure you always, anytime you use anything that spins like a saw or drill or anything, make sure you cover your eyes. Put safety glasses on. That's the main thing. Also, anytime you're using a chainsaw, obviously you got to be careful with the chainsaw. But the main thing, I think, chainsaws, and every time you use it, just sharpen the blade. I'm going to do a video on how I sharpen the blade. It takes 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long. I just use a hand file. It makes it so much easier and so much safer if the blade is nice and sharp. Don't ever try and force. If you're forcing the saw through a cut, then the blade's probably no good. Probably needs to be sharpened. Shouldn't say it's no good. It probably needs to be sharpened. Take 5 minutes and sharpen it. I like to sharpen my blade every single time I fuel up. Every single time I fuel up or add bar oil to the saw, I just sharpen it. The saw's down. It's off. It's cool off by the time you fuel up, most likely. So just go ahead and sharpen it. The more you sharpen it, the easier it's going to be for you. The better, the safer it is. The easier it is. The better the cut. If you're concerned with how good the cut is, so it just makes sense to sharpen it as much as possible. Chainsaws, especially if you're cutting green wood, sappy wood like pine, tends to clog up. So here I'm gonna see if I can chop away at this. I should say cut away at this piece that's sitting on top of this fence. I gotta be careful and get the fence caught in the saw. I'm gonna kind of take these pieces, these branches that are still sticking out, get rid of those, and then basically take it piece by piece, and so that I can push the remaining piece over the fence and get the fence out of the way. I can cut the fence out and put a new piece in it. I'm just gonna mend it. I use a wire fence. Comes in a roll. I use T-posts and a wire fence. Oh, by the way, it's 6 foot tall, in case you were wondering. I know deer can jump a 6 foot fence. We have herds of deer here. It's not 4 or 5 deer. It's probably 10, 12 at a time, and it's multiple herds. They're constantly coming through here. I had to put the fence up because they were completely destroying my property. They were eating everything. They would eat every single plant I had, every single fruit tree, everything. Vegetables, we couldn't have anything here. They would completely destroy everything. So 6-foot fence through the woods. Haven't had deer on my property for almost 2 years now. I think it's been actually 2 years now. It keeps them out. Okay? If it's a wide open field where they have a running start, they'll jump a 6-foot fence, no doubt about it. But since I put the fence through the woods, right up against the trees, I didn't clear the land around it. You notice that the fence has trees in front of it, trees behind it. It's pretty much buried in the woods. They tend to they don't even try. They look at the fence and pretty much go around, walk away. So it works. 6-foot fence in the woods works. So here you can see the fence got caught. The tree got caught in the fence rather. So I just got a branch. Kind of just popped it off. You notice I've got it over the fence. The fence is loose now. I can take the fence, cut the fence out, the damaged part. I'm gonna leave that remaining top half of the tree in there. I'm not gonna bother with that. That tree was infested with carpenter ants. You have a problem with carpenter ants here. So it's all full of carpenter ant eggs, probably. I don't want to bring that. You don't want to bring that anywhere near your wood pile, because the carpenter ants will jump from that into the wood pile and destroy the rest of the wood, infest it. I'm gonna leave it in the woods there to rot. I might burn those two or three pieces that I cut. I might throw it in the oil barrel and just burn it one day once it dries up a little bit, just to get rid of it. You see, I'm going to try and straighten up as much of the wire fence as I can, save as much as I can of it. Whatever I can't straighten up, I'm going to get in there with a pair of linesman pliers and just cut it. It's very thin wire. You can cut it with linesman, no problem. I had to cut away some of the brush that was up against the tree so I wouldn't poke myself with it, just so I can get in there. Like I said, I don't want to clear the whole fence out, because if you give the deer a chance to run or take a running start, they will jump that fence. I want to keep it thick as possible all around both sides of the fence, so it's almost impossible for them to jump over, because they don't have a landing spot. Anywhere they land, they're going to hit something. I don't want to clear too much around, just enough so I can work. See, the T-post got bent, so that's no big deal. I bend it right back. That's relatively soft steel. Bends relatively easy. Now see, you notice I've got enough clearance now that I can work. I don't want to take any more brush out of there. All I'm going to do is cut the clips off the two T-posts. They're like little aluminum clips. Some of them are steel. That hold the wire fence to the T-posts. I put this fence up 2 years ago. Probably about, a little over 2 years ago. Pretty easy. 6-foot wire fence. It's coated with a black rubber coating. Relatively inexpensive. T-posts are very inexpensive. I did it in a few weekends, little by little. Didn't take long. Not a bad job. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the fence off where I think I can save it. Basically, I end up taking about an 8-foot piece out. I have some pieces of fence left over from when I did the original installation, so I'll just find a piece that fits here and I'll just mend it. You don't need to stretch these fences like you do a chain link fence. There's no need. Just put the T-posts up, just pull it hand tight and just strap it to the T-posts. It's fine. It's basically almost like a net. Acts almost like a netting. By the way, do not use plastic deer fencing. It does not work. I tried it. They got under it. The deers can squirm under that plastic fencing. They won't jump over it, but they'll go underneath it. Because I started using that at first. I had a section of it probably about 30 feet long. And I wasn't too happy with it, so I switched to steel wire. And I'm glad I did, because that was the one time they did get in. It was like right after I did it. they actually were going underneath the plastic fencing. That stuff doesn't work. Don't waste your money. Use a wire fence. You see the fence is gone. I took the piece out. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that old ant infested log there just to rot out all by itself. We do have carpenter ant problems here. There's a lot of carpenter ants. I have to spray my foundation every year, 3 times a year, because I've had problems with carpenter ants inside the house eating at the framing. So it's not good here, as far as carpenter ants are concerned. So I don't want to bring that top of that old tree anywhere near my house or near the near my wood pile. I'll just let them finish eating whatever's left of that. Carpenter ants actually don't eat the wood. They just make holes in it, big holes in it, and they lay their eggs in there. I'm just going to prepare the ends. All I do is cut the wire and leave like pieces sticking out of it, and then I just wrap it. Those pieces that are sticking out, I wrap it around the fence where I cut it. Try and show you what I do here. It's kind of hard with one hand. I have one hand in the holding the camera, so I'm trying to do it with my left hand. But you can see what I do is I just leave the pieces sticking out on one side, and I just kind of wrap it around the other fence where I'm mending it. Just goes from the top all the way down. Works well. Works good. Very, very strong. Okay, so you see I've tied both ends in. Hard to see. It's hard to show you, but you can see more or less where it is there to the left. Obviously, there's one on that side and there's one on the other where I replaced the fencing where it was crushed. I do this all the time. It works well. It's fine. I don't stretch the fence. I don't use a stretcher to stretch the fence. There's no need for it. It's just a barrier, just to keep the deers from coming into the yard. You can't climb that fence. It's not strong enough for anybody to climb. As you can see, the yard is all set. It's all cleaned up. The fence is back up so the deer can't get in. Please subscribe to my channel. It would help me out quite a bit. Have a good day. I'll see you on the next one.